Hi there, Libra. Star-Lord is here. I'm going to be doing something a little bit different this time around. I'm doing a sign-by-sign astrological, based on sun sign alone, astrological combination with the different signs. It's compatibility based on romantic combos. I'm starting off with Aries and going all the way through the signs down to Pisces. So I'm going to start off. These are my notes here. I'm going to start off here with Aries, Libra with Aries. And like I told all the other signs, I'm doing a thumbs up, thumbs down, and neutral rating on these combinations. Like I told all the other signs, when it comes to Libra and Aries are polar opposites on the astrological wheel, so I gave it a thumbs down, and the reason I gave all the astrological signs who are opposing each other a thumbs down in terms of relationships, and the reason being is that although these two signs can often be very drawn to one another, the relationships do tend to be very explosive, and I haven't really seen it work long term too often. So I gave it a thumbs down, and the reason being is that the Aries and Libra energy, just like all of the other polar opposites, we have the mirror effect. We see a lot of similarities in our opposite sign, and therefore we can be drawn to them. We do oftentimes have something to learn from our polar opposites, and therefore we do get drawn into relationships with them from time to time. However, just like with all the other signs, these two combinations seem to work very well in a friendship capacity. As far as a romantic relationship, not so much, just because of the fact that it can be sort of a love-hate relationship. You love each other one minute and then can't stand each other the next. And oftentimes when the relationship blows, it blows intensely, and it can be very difficult to get over, and these are the kinds of combinations that generally end up in bad breakups. So that's why I give that combination a thumbs down. Moving on to the Libra-Taurus combination, I gave it a thumbs up, primarily because of the fact that these two energies, in my opinion, do work well together. The Taurus is very much into the romance of life and loves beauty, and you know, has an eye for beauty and perfection, and the Libra does as well. They can be very gentle with one another, and it can be a very nice, long-lasting relationship. That combination does work well and blend well together. And the Libra-Gemini combination is neutral. It can work sometimes. I've seen it work with people, but other times not so much. The Geminis and Libras do, both air signs, do have a lot in common. They do approach life from an intellectual point of view, primarily. Both extremely sociable, and both romantic and fun-loving people. Not a lot of grounding energy there. That's why it's kind of neutral, but these two signs will definitely enjoy each other's company and probably have a very romantic relationship. Libra-Cancer combination, I give a thumbs down to. These energies don't tend to work too well together. The Libra being fun-loving and sociable, whereas the Cancer is more of a home-based type person, and being extremely emotional, dealing with the Libra, who tends to be more cerebral and intellectual, can sometimes have trouble understanding where the emotional the moodiness of the Cancer, where the emotions are all over the place, can get to Libra from time to time, and can also cause them, Libras, to become more moody themselves, because Libras get very intensely involved with their partners, and if the Cancer is being very moody and upset or depressed, it can sort of really affect the Libra in a big way. So Moving on to the Libra-Leo combination, I give that a thumbs up. I have seen this combination work with longevity several times. These two energies work very well together. Both signs are extremely sociable. The Leos love to be center of attention. The Libras also like their attention, but will take us a backseat to the Leo if need be, because that's their partner, and they really respect the Leo a lot, and the Leo adores the Libra and their romantic nature. Okay, Libra and Virgo combination, neutral. I've seen this combination before, and it can be a little bit quirky, although it can work. Both signs tend to be on the intellectual side, and the Virgo's grounding energy can be very good for Libra. Libras do tend to be more sociable and like to be out and about and discuss everything on an intellectual level, which the Virgo does get. However, the Virgo doesn't always want to be a part of the vast social scene that Libra's involved in. So it can work, but it's a little bit more on the neutral side. And then moving on to the Libra-Libra combination, neutral again, can be on the positive side, because more of a thumbs up, because of the fact that these two definitely understand each other. Both are cut from the same cloth. They both look at life from the same perspective. Not a lot of grounding energy there. However, I have seen this combination work long term. And moving on next to the Libra-Scorpio combination is a thumbs up, in terms of these two tend to be similar in some ways. They get along very well on the intellectual level. Scorpio really respects the Libra's intellect, and vice versa. And again, you have to watch with these two signs, because the Scorpio can be a little bit dark from time to time, and be a little bit depressive, and can bring the Libra down, and the Libra can get very serious when paired up with the Scorpio. So it is good in a way, because the Libra does bring levitivity. Can lighten up the mood and lighten things up. So this definitely is a good combination, and can work long term. Both signs are very loyal and very caring, and so it is definitely a thumbs up. We're moving on now to Libra and Sagittarius. And this combination gets a, sorry, I'm just lost here on my notes for a second. I got distracted by what was going on the camera. So yeah, the Libra-Sagittarius combination, I find, is neutral. They're similar, their energies are similar in a lot of ways. The Sagittarian does like to be out and about and sociable, as does the Libra. The Libra does like some kind of structure, whereas the Sagittarians don't really care for structure at all. That could cause a bit of a problem. In terms of flirtatious, they're both flirtatious signs, so as long as no one's getting jealous in the situation, then it should be fine. But like I said, it's a neutral energy, can go either way. The Libra Capricorn combination, I gave a thumbs down to, primarily being is that these two signs approach life from completely different point of view. The Libras being extremely sociable, whereas the Capricorns are not that sociable. Capricorns are more ambitious, and they do socialize, but it tends to be more work-related socializing, and they tend to be more they are grounded and structured, whereas the Libra likes to have a lot of freedom. And I can't really see these two working out long term, although again it depends on the people involved, right? And then we have Libra and Aquarius. That combination I gave a thumbs up to. These two cerebral signs tend to understand each other very well. The Libra is a little bit more structured. Well, in a way, so is the Aquarian. So they can have this sort of loose idea of structure that gives them both that freedom that they really enjoy. And the Libra is not too likely to be hurt feelings because of the detachment, emotional detachment of the Aquarian. So they'll be okay with that. And these two can talk up a storm and have a very enjoyable relationship. And yes, it can work long term, and I have seen it work long term. Lastly, we have the Libra-Pisces combination. That's in the neutral category. I've seen this combination before. It does work well, it seems like short term. In terms of long term, the longevity, it can be a bit of a flaky relationship, because the Libra and Pisces are just completely coming from different ends of the spectrum. The way that the Libra views life and the way that Pisces views life, although they can get along, I would say they probably get along very well as friends. In terms of having longevity there, I really don't see it, the Pisces being so emotional and very sweet and loving, and they're also very romantic, so they would be drawn to the Libra and the Libra to them. However, long term, I just don't see a lot of grounding energy here for this type of relationship. Anyway, Libra, I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, feel free to like, share, and subscribe, and definitely leave me some comments below. Let me know, share your experiences with the different signs, and until next time, you guys, take care. Bye for now.